So, first submission to Beckett ever. 3 cards. I was completely satisfied with the service. Sent it out, a couple days shipping. For those of you that don't know, Saturdays, they cannot receive packages. So if it arrives on Saturday, they won't get it till Monday. I don't know if they have a gate or something like that that doesn't allow USPS into their area to drop off the packages. But I did get a notification that they were gonna have to drop it off on Monday. That's fine. I paid for the premium service, $125 per card, which, you know, I wanted it turned around fast. You don't necessarily have to go that route. It came faster than I expected. They got it done very quickly, within a couple of days. It used to be the 2-day service is what they claim on the submission forms. And I didn't know that there was a difference between the submission forms, and I used a non-gaming submission form, but I got lucky because I did the premium service. The premium service has the same cost for gaming and non-gaming, but they were kind enough to send me a gaming card submission form. I'll do another video on how to fill this out, how to better understand what this all means, because there's a lot of information on here. It took me forever to figure out, and honestly, a lot of the YouTube videos weren't helpful. So hopefully, if you're having trouble with this, like I did initially, I can help you out with that going forward. But my issue today. So I sent out Charizards. Boom. Only got an 8.5, but that's not what this video is about. 9.5 and a 10. But here's the problem. If you look at the casing, it arrived damaged. And obviously this isn't Beckett's fault, it's out of their control. FedEx had this longer than they should have to begin with. This one's got the corner. I don't know if you can see that. Kind of hard to tell, but right there in the corner. And the Charizard Rainbow Rare VMAX also has a corner, and there's a chunk missing out of it rather than it just being cracked or something like that. There's actually a slightly missing corner. So the reason that that's concerning, you know, the intention going forward with these is that being able to grade and hopefully sell some of the higher grade items will continue to fund my ability to buy cards. You know, I want it to be a self-sufficient hobby so that it's not, you know, weighing on, you know, personal finances and things like that. So, because, you know, it would be somewhat irresponsible of me to spend as much money as I have been on Pokemon and not be able to get some kind of return out of it to make sure I can keep going. I just can't believe, so the box that it came in is about the same size as the cards themselves. So I think that is probably issue number 1. Obviously, if there's any pressure on this, if these get tossed around, I mean, when they're inside this box, and I'll take out the packaging here real quick. When they are inside this box, top to bottom, I mean, it's almost right to the top, especially if the packaging ends up underneath of it. And so it's completely understandable that these would end up with some kind of damage. I mean, especially overnight shipping, if it's stacked on top of a bunch of things. And I did overnight, so I paid $55 for the overnight, and again, not Beckett's fault specifically. It shipped on Friday. I left for probably 20 minutes to go pick up my kid, and they left a note on my door that it was going to be shipped the next business day. I was like, okay, Saturday, that's fine. Monday, So several days. And when you're talking about trying to get this stuff posted and things like that, it can be just really frustrating that, you know, you're having to wait even more, even though you had paid a certain amount for these services. So my recommendation for anybody that's looking to do grading, don't be in a rush. Obviously, like Beckett gives their time frames, but then FedEx and everything, especially with the pandemic, you don't know exactly when you're going to get your stuff, and it definitely can be frustrating. Now, if I have to send these back in order to get new cases put on them or something like that, that's even longer now. So, try to plan ahead. Things happen. I get it. This is my first submission though, so that's kind of a hard. This is the worst of them, and that's my Vivid Voltage pre-release promo. I got a 9.5 on it, which is good. I'm glad that I got a pretty good rating, Gem Mint. But now it's almost debatable whether or not I can get a good value for this, being that the casing is damaged. And so hopefully, and I'll post a video whenever Beckett gets back to me on what my next steps should be. I just got this in 10 minutes ago, opened it up, and I'm very happy to get my cards, but this is very frustrating. So I hope that this doesn't happen to anybody else. I also asked Beckett if this is kind of a regular thing, if that's something that people should expect. And actually now, upon inspection, there's damage to the bottom of these too. And quality is important to me, especially being a seller as well. And I'd like to clarify, not a scalper, because that stuff drives me crazy. But I honestly don't feel comfortable like selling these as like this one, pristine 10, but it's got freaking chunks taken out of the corners and stuff like that's just not something you should have to deal with a graded card, right? Beckett, obviously you're not gonna see this video, but if you were to, package it better, please. Bubble wrap. It's so simple. I send out, just paper and a cardboard box the same size as these. I spent $150 per card. Per card. And this is what I get, plus $55 for shipping. So, where'd the money go? That's, and I want to be optimistic. I'm happy that they got them back fast, but I would have preferred a slow and more secure transaction. So hopefully they get back to me, they're able to resolve this. Maybe I don't know that refunding money would help, because obviously the damage is the problem. I'm not worried about how much I spent. I just wanted to get a solid quality back. If they're willing to regrade them at no cost, and I'm willing to pay for shipping, because that's reasonable enough. But yeah, that's really disheartening, because I've got a PSA 10 of the Charizard V, and maybe it's the type of casing. Obviously it almost seems like a softer plastic because it's a more fragile build, the casing, than the PSA ones are. But this is frustrating. So obviously this is my first video, especially related to Pokemon TCG. I've done some streaming stuff in the past on another channel, but nothing really creative. So I apologize for the format, but I will I guess make another video, let you guys know what BGS said getting back to me, and I just really hope they're able to do something to take care of this. You know, I got insurance for the way back, so I don't know if this is going to be FedEx's problem, but I'll let you guys take another look here. It's the CHARIZARD VMAX Rainbow Rare. But I wanted to clarify, one of the things that I strive for is quality and clarity. Two of the things I strive for, quality and clarity. And because I am a believer in karma, so to speak, which is why karma cards and collectibles. I just think that, you know, if you do right to people, especially in business, that good things will come. And I try to be as clear and concise with my customers as possible. The communication with Beckett was a little bit rough. Just a couple emails. It almost seems like they're a new business, the way that they operate, and they're not. Their app is honestly terrible for gaming submissions. The sports stuff they do a little bit more for. It seems like that's kind of more their market. But I mean, the amount of money that goes into getting cards graded like this, it would be nice to see them, I guess, take it a little more seriously. So hopefully something comes of this. Like I said, I will do my best to follow up, make another video, and hopefully they get back to me in a reasonable amount of time so that I can hopefully get these cards posted sooner than later, because this is it's part of what's able to keep me going. So if you enjoyed this review, please subscribe. I need support. You know, I need people to be honest with me. I need good feedback. Definitely comment, and if you've got suggestions for what I can do better, please let me know. Just starting out, just picked up vloggers kit and everything else to start doing these things, because I think that having somebody be clear with you on what to expect from these services, especially the average consumer. Obviously, there's a lot of people that you know, they send out thousands of cards and they pay thousands of dollars for, you know, one grading service or another, and you know, those aren't necessarily the target audience here. Before I close out, I'll just show you kind of what these documents look like. And the top half is going to be folded over just because it does contain personal information, but it tells you the breakdown, like how many cards are submitted, what you paid for the base price for the gaming like the grading, and then the amount for the shipping, and then the insurance, which is just based on the back side of this paper. Breaks down the insurance costs. Where am I at here? And you probably can't read it, but like 1 to 1,000, $12, and it just goes up from there by the thousands. So I'll make another video breaking down how to fill this out, and how to calculate your insurance and everything else. I know a lot of people, it's kind of questionable as far as, you know, what is my card worth and things like that. So I'll break that down. I'll do more on my experiences with Beckett and PSA, and hopefully be able to help somebody out, even if it's just one or two. So Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.
Now, Ninja Leaf Shroud.